Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. Um, I hope that you're having a fabulous Friday as usual. But today, I wanted to answer those burning questions that you have about wedding party gifting. I did put out a question box in my stories on both Facebook and Instagram. So hopefully, you guys, if you didn't see that and you didn't get to submit any questions, you can submit them in the comment box below. And uh, I will definitely check those out once I get through this first set of questions. But that's what we're going to talk about today. The common questions that I get or that I see all the time about wedding party gifting. But before we get into that, I want to introduce myself. My name is Amy Cole. I'm a personal gift consultant, and I create beautiful and personalized wedding party gifts for those brides and grooms with busy lives so that they can have a memorable gifting experience. Hi, husband. Thank you for joining. So let's get into these questions. Now, this first question, I see it a lot. Um, and well, actually, all of them I see it a lot, but this is probably one of the first questions that a lot of brides and or grooms have when they start the process is how much to spend on wedding party gifts. And of course, I've seen it asked in several different ways: how much to spend on bridesmaids gifts, or how much to spend on bridesmaids and groomsmen gifts, or just groomsmen gifts. However it's typed, that's a question people wonder how much money they should spend. And the answer to this question really depends on your budget and the experience that you want to give your wedding party, right? And actually, there's no set amount. So, I'll let you on in on a little secret. It's not a hard and fast rule that says that you have to purchase or buy your wedding party gifts, right? Um, it is something that you choose to do because you want to show them your appreciation for them. You want to ask them in a way you want to bring gifts and ask them to be a part of this journey with you, right? So it's something that you choose to do, but there's not a rule that says you have to do it. So now that that's out of the way, if you do not have a budget for creating gifts, it's okay to choose not to give gifts. I want to say that clearly. It is okay to choose not to give gifts if your budget does not allow for that. But what I would suggest instead, if you do not have a budget, that you definitely take some time and write a heartfelt note. It could be in a really nice card that you find, or write them a letter, and just telling them how much you appreciate them, and that can go a long way too, in lieu of giving a gift, right? But if you have a budget for giving gifts, then um, typically brides and grooms, spend around, and this is average based on research, they spend between $65 and $100. So that's what you can expect to spend um, on average per gift. $65 to $100. But here at Creatively Memorable, we do require $100 minimum per gift, and that is so that we can help you create beautiful and personalized gifts for that memorable gifting experience that you come to us for, right? So that's what we suggest if you have a budget and you're looking for creatively, if you're reaching out to Creatively Memorable to help you create your gifts, which we would love to do. Um, so I hope that answers the question for you, and it's not such a burning question anymore. But that is both research and my perspective on that particular question. The next question is one that gets asked all the time, and that is, what are good wedding party gifts, or what do you give your wedding party as gifts? What do you give your bridesmaids as gifts? What do you give your groomsmen as gifts? Those are the range of questions, but it's always about what to get. And that's where a lot of people get stuck. But the best gifts for your wedding party, or anybody for that matter, are ones that are thoughtful, that are personalized, and that are memorable. And that could mean something different for each wedding party. So, you know, it's a common question, but it's one that is really hard to answer, because truly no one can tell you exactly what is a good gift for your wedding party without knowing. Um, so my connection went out just for a little bit there. I'm just going to repeat what I said last, but no one can really tell you what to get for your wedding party without knowing your wedding party. Um, but that is why there are so many different ideas out there. That is why you get overwhelmed looking for ideas, and that's why you can spend hours just looking through the different ideas that people have thrown out, because they're trying to um, give you uh, examples or ideas of what to get based on what other people have given, or based on what the writer themselves would give, um, if they were doing the wedding party gifts, right? But that's really all they are. They're just the ideas, and I can give you hundreds of ideas, but that wouldn't mean anything. So the true answer is, get to know the likes and wants of the individuals in your wedding party, and also who they are as a group. You will hear me say that over and over again, because like I said, this is where people get stuck. This is where brides and grooms get stuck, and they start to get overwhelmed, stressed out, and frustrated. And it takes them way too long. It will take you way too long to figure out what to get. Um, but based on the information that you know about your wedding party, once you get to know their likes and wants, you will take that and choose the type of gift and gift items that are best suited for your supporting cast, right? And that's a part of making it thoughtful, personalized, and memorable. Um, Here's another question that I see asked a lot too, and it kind of goes in with the budget question, um, but it's, what is a good cheap wedding gift? Um, so my perspective on that is that you don't necessarily want to look for something cheap, right? Not if you're really trying to make someone feel appreciated. Um, Handing them a cheap gift may or may not, I could be wrong, but I do not believe that it will make them feel appreciated. It may not accomplish the goal that you set out to achieve by getting them something cheap. But what I would suggest is, if you do not have a lot of money to spend and you do want to give a gift, then you will want to look for that one gift item that will make the most impact for the amount of money that you have to spend. So again, one gift item, and I would suggest that that item be highly personalized, right? You get them one gift item that is highly personalized to them, along with a handwritten note. It's expressing um, appreciation and your thoughts around them being able to be a part of your journey into marriage, I think that will go a long way. Same as, like I said in the question about the budget. So yeah, that's my perspective on that question. Another question that I see a lot is what to include in your bridesmaid proposal box. And there are a lot of fun things that you can include in your proposal box. Um, but before I say this, I want to say again, please know that it really depends on the people that are in your wedding party. So these are ideas, and you've probably seen some ideas before, but when I think about bridesmaid proposals, I think about celebratory and sentimental um, items. Um, and this, same for groomsmen as well. I think about celebratory and sentimental items. Now, this list, which is a small list, is just ideas or the types of things that you could get. Um, because you guys know that I like to base it on the wedding party. So I'm not going to give you this long list, but either way, um, you can, take it and do um, the same thing for the groomsmen as well. You would just include the items that are more appropriate for men, right? So, some fun things that are good to include in a bridesmaid proposal box is a bottle of champagne, rosé, or other wines, right? That's always fun to include. Now, if you have a group of people that are not wine drinkers, this is not fun to include. But the good thing is there are non-alcoholic options out there. There are non-alcoholic drinks. You don't have to include wine at all, but you can include brands that don't have alcohol in them at all. They're like mocktails or, you know, but they taste really good, right? But those are options. Uh, Another option for instead of if you want to include like you like the idea of champagne, but you don't have any drinkers in your group, you can include the wine bottle poppers, the confetti poppers. Those are fun to include. They look just like a wine bottle, and you can include those as well. But another thing you can include are the champagne bears, uh, or some other sweet treat. But I really like the Champagne Bears by Sugarfina. There are other companies that make champagne bears, but Sugarfina has a really nice bento box that says, "Will you?" and on the inside, "Be my bridesmaid." Um, on the champagne bears, you can get that bento box, or you can get something like the individual cubes. Quincy said, I didn't think or hear of that before. What are you referring to? Are you talking about the champagne confetti poppers? Is that what you're referring to? Let me know. Um, Hi, Kashana. Thank you for watching. Um, Another thing that you can include, and this is what I think about being sentimental, right? Um, I I think about, you can include a frame, a beautiful frame with a photo of you and the person that you're proposing to, right? Along with that handwritten note, I think that'll go a long way. But you can definitely include that in a proposal box. That'll be on the sentimental side. And you guys know how I like candles. I love including candles. And for me, there'll always be an option if you have a group that loves candles. They do have candles out there that say, "Will you be my bridesmaid?" or "Will you be my maid of honor?" Things like that. And you can include those in a bridesmaid proposal box. Um, and as I said, a handwritten note, you definitely want to include that no matter what you put in the box. I think you would want to include a handwritten note, and you can get these really nice cards created that ask the question. They have many types out there. You can get a really nice card that asks the question for you. They even have scratch off ones. And on the back or on the inside, you can write your handwritten note. But yeah, that's my perspective. That's my list for that last question, what to include in the bridesmaid proposal box. Um, oh, and yeah, so you're talking to Quincy, you're talking about that champagne bottle popper. Yeah, those are fun and very celebratory. You have bad handwriting. What are your options? Um, you can always if your handwriting is bad, you can always hire a calligrapher um, to write for you, or if you know someone to that has better handwriting, you can get them to write the note for you. But for creatively memorable, we do handwrite the note, and if the client prefers, we also have a machine that can write in pen the note so that it is in a handwritten format or handwritten font. But it is written in ink. Um, it's not printer ink. Let's just say that it's written with a pen. But if it was creatively memorable, I do handwrite a lot of the notes. I've only had a couple of people want something that had to be written by my machine. But those are options if you have bad handwriting. You still want to put that note in there though. Um, but that's all that I have. Anybody have any more questions? If there are no other questions, I want you to type a 2 in the comments if you thought that this information was helpful to you. Hopefully, it answered some of the burning questions you have about the wedding party gifting. Let's see, I am at the last part of wedding planning, getting gifts for the guests. What would you suggest for a wedding favor? So for wedding favors, ooh, there are a plethora of ideas. I have seen um wedding favors. I have seen people give like really small champagne bottles with the straw in it. Those I've seen those as wedding favors. It really depends on your group. Again, it is a um there are a lot of ideas out there. I've seen people give plants, like little small plants, depending on the type of wedding that you're having. Like if you're having something outdoors, which I think a lot of people are having outdoor weddings now. But what is most popular right now, I've seen a lot of champagne bottles, the small champagne bottles with the straw in it is something that they can take with them. Um, especially now, you want them to have something that they can take with them and maybe enjoy later. Is that helpful? Um, Let me know in the comments. But if you want some more ideas, definitely DM me. We don't do a lot of wedding favors, but we do more of the wedding party gifting. But if you want some more ideas, DM me and I will follow up with you, give you some more ideas on some favors. How about that? But yes, I hope that this information has been helpful to you. If you have any other questions or comments, definitely leave them down below. And like I said, if you want additional information, you can contact me by DM. If you don't want to leave your question or comment in the comment section. Um, if you're looking for my work, you can check us out on Instagram and follow us over there. Uh, if you Oh, that's your next question. Your bridal party gifts. What question do you have for me? I've answered quite a few questions here in the live, but you can definitely go back and watch the replay. But I'm happy to answer the question that you have now. Wow, Kashana is typing that, and I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Oh, what do you give them as thank you gifts? So I will rewind, and I mean there are a lot of things that you can give as thank you gifts. And I know that I probably gave a list of what to give in proposal boxes, but for thank you gifts, I would say the same thing I said is, because that's a common question that I get, what to give. And that's a place where a lot of people get stuck. And I would definitely say go back and watch my answer to that question, watch the replay and see the answer to that particular question about what to give them as thank you gifts. I'll give you an example of what I did for my bridal party. And if you've been around, you probably heard that my day of gifts were not so good gifts. So I ended up giving thank you gifts after my wedding, and I made mine very sentimental and highly personalized. It is one where I took photos of each individual one, and I created something that was personal for them. It had really nice frames. Since I was not giving it to them on the day of the wedding, and it was not something they would use in the wedding, I made sure to uh, choose, try to choose colors that they would like. Um, just make it personalized to them. But there are lots of gifts that you can give. Now, if you think about the the wedding day is long. You've done a lots of work up until that day. They may be tired. If your group is a spa type of group, then you would definitely want to give them something to help them relax. So I would say a spa day box, or something like um, if not a spa day box, um, something just to help them relax, like oh gosh, it just slipped my mind. I'm sorry. Spa day box, and then um, it's still you can still give them like some of the celebratory things. I'm still the wine thing for me afterwards that might help them relax. Again, it depends on the type of group that you have, but I really love the idea of giving something to help them relax after having gone through the process with you, have helping them decompress, because the wedding day can be stressful for your supporting cast. Yeah. Oh, you love that idea. I'm glad you like that idea. I am glad that that is helpful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining Tamika. She says she's loving the blue. Thank you. A little something that I got from Prim and Salty Boutique. Thank you. But any more questions? Um, Let me know if you have any more questions. I am happy to answer them. But Kashana, and I hope I'm saying your name correctly again. If you want, you can hit me up in my DMs as well. What do you give groomsmen as gift? Helping out my fiance. Yeah, groomsmen are sometimes can be difficult. Um, for groomsmen, you can still give them a self-care box, or a self-care type gift. There are lots of self-care um, items out there, especially for men. And again, it depends on the type of men that you have in your group. If you're giving thank you gifts, um, if you have a beard gang, center it around the beards. um, or if lots of men are moving into a space where they are taking care of themselves. They are taking care of their face, their facial hair, their hair. So self-care gifts work for men as well. And we don't necessarily call it spa, right? But self-care gifts work for men. And I posted one recently that had um, some self-care items in there. A lot of men like to smell good. Um, a lot of gentlemen out there like to smell really good, and there are soaps, there are unisex colognes that smell really well. And there's actually a company where, if you know enough about the person, you can have them formulate a cologne specifically for them. And that's in one of the gifts that I've posted as well. Um, but there are colognes, there are lotion bars. You can definitely do a self care gift for the groomsmen as well as thank you gifts. Awesome. I'm glad I'm saying your name right because I'm reading it pretty quickly. So why'd you laugh, Quincy? Because I say groomsmen can be difficult sometimes to gift. You're very welcome. I hope that is helpful. But like I said, if not, definitely hit me up in the DMs. I am glad to help you further. So I got a thumbs up. Good. Um, but yeah, if you guys want to check out any of my work, you can definitely check us out over on Instagram. If you don't follow us over there, you can head over and follow us over there. It'll, you can see the gifts a lot faster than you can sometimes on Facebook. But we are also on YouTube. You can check us out on YouTube and watch previous videos. I have started to post videos over there, so that if you like to binge watch, it's easier to binge watch on YouTube. But if you check us out on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you can see when the videos are posted. Um, if you happen to be watching the replay of this video, please say hello in the comments so that I know that you stopped by. And um, it wouldn't be alive if I didn't let you know that if you are ready to have your beautiful gifts created for your bridesmaids and groomsmen, um, that are meaningful and memorable, but you don't have the time to do it yourself, definitely click that link in the caption and schedule a free consultation with me. And let's discuss your gift and vision and how I might be able to help you. But if there are no other questions for me today, I want to say thank you again for joining me. Please share if you found this information helpful, or if you know someone that it will be helpful to. Please definitely share, comment, like, hearts, all that good stuff. Um, but that's all that I have for you guys today. Until next time, happy gifting and many blessings.